When the king left the throne, he did not leave it empty. Power does not vanish. It waits. The court assembled. A man kneels at the foot of the throne, and those who remain must learn who now decides what is permitted and what is taken. He worked the eastern fields. He tilled the land that fed the castle, and still he was hungry.
You work the eastern fields?
Yes, your grace. I meant no theft, my queen. The harvest was thin. My children.
Your children are not my concern. You were seen leaving the kitchens at dawn. Before the bells, before permission.
She gestures slightly. A guard steps forward, opens one basket. Apples, bread, roots. She reaches for an apple from the basket, unhurried, turns it in her hand.
Food is plentiful in this kingdom, for those who are allowed to touch it.
I was hungry, your grace.
So am I. Guard, take him.
For stealing food.
For forgetting his place. Guards move in. The baskets remain on the floor. The king wrote from the edge of war. Each letter carried duty and distance. He asked of the castle, of the child, of the queen he left behind. But words once sent are not always received. She read every line. She memorized every instruction, and obeyed none of them.
I love you, Snow White. Send my regards to the queen.
The child waited for her father's voice, not knowing it had already arrived. The queen did not burn the letters. She did not tear them. She hid them. Because silence is not the absence of truth, it is control. And while the king wrote of protection, the queen wrote a different future. Power does not appear on its own. It is summoned, and it remembers who called it first. In the dark places beneath the throne, the queen did not speak to glass. She spoke to blood.
Mother of my mother's line, watcher of what was taken, you are owed your voice.
Then the face appears. She had been told long before the crown ever touched her head.
I told you, did I not? I told you the crown would not rest on his head forever.
You said the throne would be empty. You never said how.
No, because the how was never your concern. I told you he would leave. I told you war would call his name louder than home. I told you the kingdom would grow quieted, that silence would belong to you.
He still writes.
Of course he does. Men always believe ink can undo fate. But you were wiser. You learned when to listen and when to withhold.
He's beginning to suspect. The court feels it.
Let them feel it. Suspicion is a seed. Fear is the harvest. You were never meant to be loved. You were meant to rule.
And the child?
The child is not the present. She is the future. And future must be shaped early.
You promised me power.
And you have it. The throne, the silence, the crown. Now comes the part you did not ask about.
Which is, I don't like surprises.
Keeping it.
The mirror did not lie. It never had. It showed her what others could not see, that power is not taken in a single moment, but arranged slowly, patiently, until it has nowhere else to go. The king still believed in letters, in ink, in loyalty that traveled on horseback. But the ancestors had warned her. Words unanswered create doubt. Doubt creates distance, and distance creates rule. The court could feel it now. The shift, the unease, the knowledge that something old had awakened beneath the stone floors. She had asked for power, and it had been given, not through love, not through mercy, but through foresight. And yet, the mirror showed her what came next. The child was not the present. She was the future. And futures, the ancestors whispered, must be shaped long before they are understood. The crown had been placed, the silence secured. Now came the only question that mattered, not how she had taken the throne, but how she would keep it. Snow White had learned the sound of silence. It echoed in corridors, lingered beneath doors, spoke louder than any command ever could. For days now, she had been kept within her chamber, watched, guarded, unanswered. And still, she waited. When she finally stepped into the doorway, she did not rush. She did not plead. She stood as royalty stands, small in stature but steady in spirit. The guard hesitated. He had been ordered to keep her inside, but there was something in her eyes. Not defiance, understanding. She asked only one thing, to see the queen. Word traveled quickly through stone halls and lowered voices, up staircases, past closed doors. The queen received the message in silence. From her throne, she listened, not to the guard's words, but to what they meant. Snow White was no longer waiting quietly, and for the first time since the crown had been placed, the queen felt it. Not rebellion, not challenge, but inevitability.
You asked to see me,
Why must I stay in my room all day?
because the world beyond these walls is unsettled.
My father never feared unsettled things.
Your father is at war. It's my duty to protect what remains.
Does protection feel like being forgotten?
You are not forgotten, you are preserved.
When will I see him again?
When the kingdom is safe. Guard,
The
take
room
her back
stayed
to her
quiet
room.
most days, too quiet for a girl meant to be seen. But each morning, kindness arrived warm. Baked apples, sweet spices, careful hands. Snow White never questioned the gift. Why would she? It came from the queen. War had sharpened the king's instincts. Steel and silence taught him to listen for what was not being said. And now, the queen no longer wrote. Not a blessing, not a command, not even a lie, only silence.
She has not written.
No, Your Majesty.
Does my daughter write?
She is not permitted correspondence. She remains in her chambers, as ordered.
As ordered by whom?
The Queen Sire.
The battlefield taught the king one truth above all others. Silence is a weapon. The queen no longer wrote, and yet the castle slept too well, too ordered, too quiet. He did not confront her. Confrontation warns the guilty.
You will leave the line tonight. Ride to the castle. Observe. Do not announce yourself more than necessary.
Shall I speak with the Queen?
You will tell her I sent you to inspect the walls, the guards, the servants. You checked the gates. You saw nothing. You heard nothing.
And what about the princess?
If the queen has nothing to hide, she will never know this letter existed.
And what about the princess?
Place it where only Snow White will find it. No hands but hers. Bring me truth, not comfort.
But my oath to the Queen.
Fail me, and the war will not be the only thing that ends.
My Queen, by order of the King, I was instructed to inspect the castle and ensure all remains as it should be.
Inspect? How thoughtful of His Majesty to worry so deeply from so far away.
He asked for nothing beyond confirmation. The court, the household, the princess.
And you will tell him what exactly?
That the castle stands, that the court obeys, that Snow White is well.
She is cared for, fed safe. Surely the king trusts me with that much.
I report only what I see, Your Grace.
Then see clearly. And remember, there are many ways to misunderstand a quiet castle.
Yes, my Queen.
Unapproved, unintercepted, a test. Because if his daughter received it, the queen was innocent, and if she did not, then the throne was already occupied by something far more dangerous. War had sharpened the king's instincts. Steel and silence taught him to listen for what was not being said. And now, the queen no longer wrote. Not a blessing, not a command, not even a lie, only silence. The queen had ruled long enough to know the difference between peace and quiet. Letters had stopped arriving. Not delayed, not lost, stopped. The king wrote no warnings, the court offered no answers, and Snow White continued to eat, to smile, to wait, as if nothing at all were wrong. In war, silence meant strategy. In a castle, it meant betrayal. And if the king had learned to fight without words, then someone, somewhere, had already been chosen. The queen did not go to Esther for comfort. She went to confirm what she already feared.
My dearest Snow White, I hope this letter finds you well and warm within the castle walls. I picture you by the window often, reading, thinking, growing more into yourself with each passing day. Tell me, sweetheart, how are the days treating you? Are you eating enough? Are you sleeping soundly?
He knows.